Welcome to my first ever Q&A. I hope you guys enjoy. Alright, let's get right into the questions. A couple of you asked, how did you come up with your Toons name? Me and my brother got our dad to buy us a membership in very early 2004, and when making the Toon we just randomly chose Loopy, and we decided to go with Goopy because it rhymed, and we were going to try to find more rhymes, but figured Google went well with it for some reason. I don't know, we were young, and my brother decided on nerd ending the name, and we just went with that. I really have no clue why. A couple of you asked, where is Loopy's balls? A bit of behind the scenes stuff. It's the first empty building you come across on the right on Loopy Lane. What's something that you're really hoping to come out for Toontown Rewritten? Well, I'd like doodles naturally, but I think anything new or fresh that they will add, like the executive offices, will be what I'd want to see. Just something new, really. Who's your favorite YouTuber? I love a lot of YouTubers. Some of the few I love to watch a lot are Uber Haxor Nova, The Game Grumps, and Rhett and Link's Good Mythical Morning. Do you want an 8th gag track? If so, what would it be named and what gags would there be? I think as far as gags go, we're honestly pretty good with what we got, but in the sake of answering the question, if there was something new, then I'd probably want maybe some kind of passive gag track, meaning like continuous healing per round for a number of rounds, or damage per round to cogs for a number of rounds. Something like that would be pretty cool. What made you start playing Toontown in the first place? And if you had a chance to change anything about Toontown Rewritten, what would it be? I believe me and my brother saw the original Toontown online commercial, and from there on we were hooked on trying to get to play it. If I could change anything about Toontown Rewritten, it might be the balancing of the game. The playgrounds feel really easy to actually get through, and by the time you finish everything, the cogs are way more than pushovers, and also the golfing requirements, that's just way too much, man. What were your thoughts on Toontown Infinite? I didn't really get the chance to actually play it, but I've seen all the plans and the content that they had in the works for it, and it's disappointing to know that all of that's being lost. I think it's pretty unfortunate that all of that is gonna just be gone, but it had a lot of promise, and I wish that it could have fulfilled what it wanted to be. A couple of you asked, how do you feel when Toontown Online closed, and how do you think Toontown Rewritten is doing at preparing this dying game? I honestly was really bummed out. I wasn't a member of Toontown at the time, but when I got the email, it came right around a time where I was considering buying a membership again, and I think Toontown Rewritten as a whole, the staff and everything, are doing their best, and especially for a non-profit, they've done very well preparing the game and improving the game, and they continue to do so with the upcoming Toontown tweaks, so I'm very excited for what they've got in store for the game. If you could choose one thing to remove from the game, what would it be and why? Honestly, photo fun. I'm always so tired of seeing that one pop up every time I get on the trolley. What did you think of Toontown 2? I didn't know too much about it at the time, but I thought for the longest time that it seemed almost too good to be true, but I also kind of didn't even want to play it because I didn't want to lose my progress. But sadly, we kind of lost that either way. Are you giving away your recipe to your meatballs? No, that's a Google Nerd family secret and must not be revealed. We might lose business with little red mouses otherwise. What's your favorite food and drink? Honestly, I think I could die happy if I had endless fried chicken and some Arizona green tea, so that's just me. Do you believe in the Smirky curse? There is no belief in it, there is just knowing that it exists. Are you going to play Toontown Apex? I hadn't heard too much about it until I actually looked it up recently, but I think it would be awesome to try out. If anyone thinks they'd actually want me to play it on the channel, let me know in the comments. What made you start your YouTube channel? I was inspired by a lot of other gaming YouTubers to do a gaming channel of my own, and I just had a lot of interest in doing it for my own favorite childhood game, so that's just kind of how this YouTube channel came to be. What is your favorite video game besides Toontown? I love the NBA 2K series a ton, but I think I'm notorious among my friends for loving the game LA Noire a bit too much, so I guess I gotta say LA Noire by default. I even got a poster of it on my wall, so. What's your favorite Toon animal and cog? That's a tough one. I really like horses and rabbits the most at the moment, I think. And Flunky is my hands down favorite cog. How could you top that little guy? Would you rather be attacked by 50 duck-sized cows or one cow-sized duck? Considering as a child I was savagely attacked by a duck, and now have post-traumatic duck disorder, I think I'd have to go with 50 duck-sized cows. I'd be afraid that the giant duck would want to eat me. How long have you been playing Toontown? Do you think you'll ever stop playing? What's your theories on the cloud and doodles? What's your favorite Cog HQ? And what's your favorite gag track? Thanks for all the questions. I've been playing Toontown for about 13 years total, and I don't think I'd ever fully quit playing. I took a bunch of breaks before, but I always came back to playing it. I know for a fact that it's a new playground with tasks, and I believe it to be for whatever is inside the executive offices. I think that doodles will come out before too long. I like Cashbot HQ and Craning the most, and my favorite gag track has to be probably Throw, because it's just been the one that I've always been the most excited about getting the next gag up for, so that's my answer. What's your first name, when did you start making videos, and what is your favorite playground? My first name is Steven. I started making gaming videos on an old channel in 2013. I started this one in about 2014, and my favorite playground is probably Donald's Dock. Do you love me? Yes. What made you start YouTube, and will you expand to more games and try to upload more? Well, I was inspired by other gaming YouTubers to make my own channel, and I'd love to expand to other games, and I'm going to do my best to upload more. Please bear with me. If you or anyone wants me to actually try a game, let me know what game you want me to play in the comments. Did you see on some of the winter posts for TTR, the Team LHAAFBBHQ? You said it best yourself. Who knows? We'll just have to see what Gangster Joey and the rest of the team have in store for us. What is your name? I already answered this, but hi, my name is Steven. A couple of you asked, what's your favorite playground and why? I think Donald's Dock, just because I've always loved Donald's boat and swimming around in the playground. What shampoo do you use? Kappa. Loopy brand beauty products are the best products for your hair and skin. Buy them now. Do you stream on Twitch? Opinion on doodles? And are you in school? I stream Toontown occasionally on a Twitch with my friend Roy. We run another channel called Rabbin and Roy, which you can go to by clicking on the logo on the screen right now. I'll have a whole bunch of opinions on doodles and an upcoming rant for them, and I am a professional bum at the moment, to be honest. Do you ever think Toontown Online will come back to life if Disney takes notice? Honestly, I think it's possible, but unlikely. I feel like their execs have shown again and again that they don't believe in the Toontown model, and with having the actual Toontown at Disney being long gone, they may be hesitant to fund something like that, I think. What color is my underwear? Trick question, you're not wearing any. Do you ever talk to any of the other YouTubers and streamers that play TTR and TTI? I have on stream when they've been in the chat, and I've talked to Smirky a little bit on the Rabbit and Roy Twitch and Twitter. I try to interact with them on my own Twitter as much as possible, but nothing like an actual conversation, really. How do you get subscribers fast like you? I only get one a week. I think the key really is to just make content that makes you happy and you enjoy. I try to make stuff that makes me laugh and smile, and if I can do that, I hope that it can do that for others. And it also maybe kind of helps to solve a 13-year-old mystery about a game. Just being honest. What other games do you like to play other than Toontown? You can find me playing NBA 2K a lot, and I've also played quite a bit of Terraria and CSGO, plus anything else we've really done on the Rabbit and Roy channel. Do you think that the cloud will be a new playground with new tasks? I think that it is my accepted theory on the matter. Getting the suit there for it actually seems like the most likely outcome in my opinion. What's your most memorable Toon task? I got a video idea for one, but the main one that sticks out in my mind is, of course, the one and only LOM, Little Old Man task, 24+ story buildings. In retrospect, it's not really that bad, but on Toontown Online when I had it on my original Toon, I actually stopped playing for a while when I got that. What do you think your next videos will be about, and how do you attract viewers and get so many subscribers? I got several news series as well as more mysteries and rants planned, and I just try to make creative content and make it as good as I can, and I'm just really glad that you guys all enjoy it. What did you play before Toontown? Great question. I mentioned earlier that I played Toontown first in 2003, so I was actually kind of young, but I played a ton of humongous entertainment games, notably all of the Pajama Sam and Spy Fox games. When do you think the Executive Office and BossBot HQ will be released, and any theories on what that'll be? I'm not too sure. I think it could very well be the original Cog from the downloading clip, but it also could be maybe a goon suit or something like that, considering the mention that security goons might catch you, but who really knows? And as far as when it'll be released, I mean, it just seems like it could be a while, because making something that big and adding it into a game isn't quite an easy feat, but I have the faith in the TTR staff and Gangster Joey. Do you think Cognition will ever become a thing in Toontown Rewritten? I think, given enough time and support, that it very well could become a reality. What was your least favorite whole outfit to wear, clothes and accessories together? I tried my best, and I think this could easily warrant it for me. Do you have maxed gags? Sure do, here are my gags. Are you considering putting in background TTR scenes and things like rants? Also, can you sound more happy when you do videos? I think that you would have more subs if you sounded really happy and enthusiastic, not trying to be rude. I'd love to do that, and I try my best. I'm not dead inside, I swear. Favorite memory of Toontown? Love most about Toontown? Your favorite gag and cog type? What was it like when you first played Toontown? I loved going around to random buildings and acting something out based on the name of the building with friends, and I love playing and having a bunch of fun with my friends. My favorite gag is probably the wedding cake, and my favorite cog type is Boss Bot because of flunkies and corporate raiders. And Cellbot HQ wasn't even out yet, and I don't know if fishing was either when I first started playing. What's the best TV show in your opinion? In my opinion, you couldn't go wrong with either Breaking Bad or The Walking Dead, but that's just me. How and when did you find Toontown? Me and my brother saw the original commercial in 2003, and we were hooked on it ever since. Do you think Cognition should be added? Will you notice me, senpai? I think it should, especially if TTR can stay alive for years. I feel like they'll need to add something at least like it, and consider yourself noticed. What are some hobbies that you like besides Toontown Rewritten? I love to play basketball, and I probably spend literally all day, every day, talking to my girlfriend. Does that count as a hobby? What's your favorite thing to do when you play Toontown, and why? I think catching up with my friends that are on and messing around with them is like easily my favorite thing to do, because it's always fun, and I always get a great laugh out of it. If Tom had 999,999,999,999 candy bars, and he ate all of them, what would he have? Diabetes. And also here's another question. Potato. Yes, I agree. How old are you? I'm 20, I'll be 21 in December.
21?
Will you do a face reveal? I've already done so on the Rabbit and Roy channel and Twitch. If you want to go see that, you can click the logo to go see the channel. Would you add me on TTR? I'd love to, but my list is actually nearly full. But if you find me on Toontown Rewritten and ask, I'll be sure to add you if I'm not full yet. Do you have any stories that happened in real life or in TTR? I do. I'm gonna do like a whole series based on just that. Do you like anime? I gotta admit that I haven't watched much of any anime outside of the original 5 seasons of Yu-Gi-Oh! I be lacking on that anime game, sorry. How do you edit your videos? I use Photoshop CS6 for all of my graphics, and I use Sony Vegas 13 to actually put everything together and create the video. What country do you live in? That's a fine question. I live in the United States. Are you maxed in any suits? If not, what level are your suits? I'm so lacking in this department at the moment. I maxed out Cellbot, but I'm still only, I think, a 25 Baron, and just a Bloodsucker and a Flunky for the CJ and CEO. Will you ever do an in-game fan meetup? Also, can you do a Let's Play? I would love to do an in-game fan meetup. Does anybody actually want this to happen? I don't know how many of you would actually show up, and I would love to do a Let's Play. I would really like to put that together and edit it up and get it out sometime soon. If Toontown 2 was a thing, what would you want to see from it? Well, I think the main thing is I'd want the foundation of the game to be the same, with the turn-based combat and the playgrounds and streets. What I'd really want for it is maybe a refreshment of the playgrounds and a rebalancing of the game, because I think it gets way too easy at the end of the game to just beat up some cogs. What is your favorite gag and why? I think the wedding cake, I think it's a pretty satisfying gag to watch, and you just throw it and you watch the just row of cogs get taken out. And but I think an organic railroad is a close second. You can't really beat that either. Try to say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious backwards. I'll try my best. And now I'll just replay what supercalifragilisticexpialidocious sounds like backwards right now. How did you get your Toon to be how it's like now? Well, really, it just came in sections. I got the beta bug hunt clothing and went to pair that with accessories, and I found the detective hat and the monocle really helped pull off the look. And I added the gag backpack later too as a nice touch. Oh, and Oxfords, those are very mandatory. So, what is the worst thing in Toontown? Probably either greeners or people who just don't want to cooperate very well. It's a team-based game and you gotta rely on those people, so if they don't work out for you, then it just becomes a huge struggle and a hassle, and I hate it. How busy are you? How much time do you put into your work? Honestly, I'm a professional bum. I spend as much time as I can working on stuff for this channel and for my other channel, Rabbit and Roy. We're hoping to get some new podcast type stuff out soon, and if you want to check that stuff out, you can click the logo and go to the channel and see it now if you'd like. What games have you 100%ed? That's a great question. I might be a little bit out of the box here, but I've 100%ed some stuff like Terraria, The Simpsons Hit and Run, and LA Noire. Can I have some Loopy's balls? Everybody deserves the sweet, sweet taste of greatness. The next time you can come to your local Loopy's Balls, you can enjoy the pleasurable taste of Loopy's big, spicy Swedish meatballs. If you were to do a Let's Play, would you consider doing them of other MMOs like World of Warcraft, or a more childish one like Wizard 101? I'd love to, honestly. I think branching out would actually be great for me, and if there's some games that you'd want me to see branch out to, just let me know in the comments. What is a series that you think you would make way, way in the future? I think maybe doing some actual skits or maybe short films would be an amazing series that I'd like to do someday. Have you ever thought about making a live stream to play with viewers? I have. I stream occasionally with my friend on our other channel's Twitch. You can click the logo to go to the Twitch page where we stream. Are you employed? Also, what is your dream job/goals? I am not currently employed, unfortunately, but my dream goal would honestly actually be able to do YouTube for a living. I know that maybe seems somewhat optimistic, but I hope I can get there at some point if I work hard enough. What do you think of soundless tunes? I think the more power to them, really. I'm glad that as a kid I didn't mess up and just not choose it, because honestly, I wouldn't want to be without it, but that's just me. But to those of you that are actually up for the challenge, I commend you, because I don't mind playing one bit with soundless tunes, and you can't really hate somebody for being different. It's just not a preference that I would want to choose for my tune. Do you believe in the Cognition rumors? I believe, and I believe it probably might happen someday. What was the first video game you ever played and enjoyed? Oh boy, it might show my age maybe, but I think probably one of the first games I can remember playing was the original Sonic on the Sega Genesis with my older sister. I played a whole bunch of other games too on that thing, but I think Disney's Magical Quest was the first one I really loved playing, because there was a level where you had to stay on a ledge, and my sister would just keep getting knocked off of a ledge by a giant bird, and I thought it was the funniest thing as a kid. Do you play any instruments? I play the keyboard, and by the keyboard I mean the computer keyboard, and I'm literally a failure at all things music. But I can type about 90 words per minute. Do you think about a week ago this question was asked? Everybody disregard the timestamp on the comment, because it was totally a week ago. It was definitely a week ago. How do you ask a question? You won the grand prize! Congratulations! What's your favorite gag, and what do you think of upcoming additions to Toontown Rewritten? Wedding cake, and I think it's great. I'm really glad to see some new content being brought to life by the TTR staff. What's your favorite vegetable covered in cheese? Do French fries count? If not, then I guess broccoli would probably be my answer. And last but not least, Who's your best friend? And my answer to that is every single person who asked a question in this video. Thank you all for the questions. It was a lot of work answering them all, but I hope you all enjoyed getting to know a little bit more about me. I have more videos to come soon, mysteries, rants, and even other series that I have planned, and it's going to be amazing. So stay tuned. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it.